Well, I think there's more of everything on the internet, more good, more bad. Um, it means that it seems to me it's the same thing as what for cinephilia generally now, because of the internet. The one has to be very, on the one hand, very focused, and on the other hand, very much aware of what one is looking for. Because if one doesn't have those things, one's lost. If one does have those things, there's more to choose from than in the past. So it becomes a much more richer environment. But one has to be motivated and one has to be focused.
Um, I, I think, well, I mentioned this actually a little bit earlier to you, that we started movie mutations before we had email, and we concluded it by email. So it seems to me that the internet is still, and the possibilities from internet, just like the possibilities also from video and DVDs and Blu-rays and so on, are still being discovered and explored, including new ways of using cinema as criticism of cinema. And it seems to me that this is one of the more important mutations that's going on.
Um, well, I think the different kinds of cinema for different reasons. I mean, I think the cinema of authors, for certainly for because of art and but I also think that other kinds of cinema are worth preserving as a kind of record of what societies do and what cultures do and what they think and what they're like at certain times. So I think there are all kinds of motivations. And in a way, the best philosophy, I think, was that of Henri Langlois, who basically said we have to save everything because we don't know what we're going to need in the future or what we're going to think in the future. So, because we're not more clever than the people who come after us necessarily. So we can't anticipate or predict what we're going to need in the future, I think. When I was preparing to retire from the Chicago Reader, I was approached by the publisher at that time of Chicago Reader, who had just purchased the newspaper, called Creative Loafing, if I would like to have a website. And at first I wasn't at all sure. So I wasn't sure, but then I said, well, yes, if I can have everything I ever wrote for the Chicago Reader on this website. And they agreed, even though the editor of the Chicago Reader wanted to have editorial control. And I said, unless I had editorial control, I wasn't interested. So the difference between Jonathan Rosenbaum of the Chicago Reader and JonathanRosenbaum.com is that I have editorial control over JonathanRosenbaum.com.